Hi, this is Jenny Brav of Radiant Wholeness Healing. And today we're going to be tapping to shift out of a scarcity mindset into a more abundance-based one. And if you want to get a more detailed look at what I mean by that, I do have a blog post that's linked below. But really briefly, if you're in a scarcity mindset, that means that you're in survival mode. There's often this feeling of not enough time, not enough money, not enough love, not enough trust, not enough health. It's really this sense of lack. And an orientation of always looking for what's missing, going to the next thing that we're wanting to fix or wanting to get for ourselves. It's often linked to being very mind-based, trying to control and manage things and planning, and also a competitive mindset. So it can either be like wanting to be the best, or often comparing ourselves to others and feeling like what we have isn't enough or is somehow lacking. Also, right or wrong thinking can be an indicator of scarcity mindset. This sense of hypervigilance, of waiting for the other shoe to drop, which can also be linked to ancestral baggage or trauma. And physically, it's connected to body tightness, contraction, really tight muscles. And a sense of abundance, on the other hand, is really linked to this feeling of trusting, of allowing, of feeling guided, of trust is really the best word for that, of really trusting that we're taken care of, that there's enough, of knowing that if we thrive, it gives permission for everybody else to thrive, that there's enough for everyone. And sometimes there's a discrepancy between what we believe to be true and then our physiological reactions to things. So we might have thoughts that are abundance-based, but then react to things automatically out of a sense of tightness or scarcity. So we're going to be exploring all of that, and I invite you to close your eyes and just briefly check in, noticing any areas where it feels like there's not enough. Where you feel tight, contracted, where you might flip-flop between a sense of wanting to control things and then conversely collapsing. Or areas where you get overwhelmed, want to check out, feel like maybe you're not enough. Places where you might get hypervigilant, have a hard time trusting. And just noticing as you feel into this, what emotions it brings up, any beliefs, any memories. And if not, that's okay. We're just exploring, getting curious. And then perhaps imagining what it might be like on the other side of the scarcity, if there was more trust, more flow, more letting go, what that might look like, feel like. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes to start tapping, or you can keep them closed. I'll be naming the points. Have a bit of a shoulder injury today, so for the side of the body, instead of doing both sides the way I usually do, I'll just do one side. You can follow along with me or do your own points. I invite you to repeat what I'm saying after me, either in your head or out loud. And feel free to modify what I'm saying to match your own reality. Tapping on the side of your hand. Even though it feels like there is never enough. Never enough time, money, affection. And here you can add anything that it feels like there isn't enough of. I'm not enough. And I'm constantly scrambling to stay ahead, catch up. I'm open to loving and accepting myself deeply and completely, even with this. Tapping on the head. Never enough. Inside of the eyebrows. Hello, scarcity. Outside of the eyes. I feel you. Under the eyes. Hello, fear. Under and above the lips. Hello, part of me that's always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Under the collarbone. I feel you. Middle of the sternum. I know I come by you honestly. Ribs. It's possible you're even ancestral. Side of the body. I acknowledge any ancestors. Inside and outside of the wrist. Known or unknown. Other wrist. Who had to be hypervigilant to survive. Top of the head. I see you. I'm grateful to you. Inside of the eyebrows for doing whatever you needed to. Outside of the eyes to survive. Under the eyes for your children to survive. Under and above the lips. So that I could be here. Under the lips. And we can hang on to this as long as we need to. Middle of the sternum. To feel safe. Ribs. And it's possible it's not needed anymore. Side of the body. It's possible it's safe to trust. Inside and outside of the wrist. High part of me that's caught up in right, wrong thinking. Constantly comparing myself to others. inside of the eyebrows, keeping score. Outside of the eyes, trying to see who's ahead. Under the eyes, who's behind. Under and above the lips. Scrambling to catch up. Under the collarbone, I see you. Middle of the sternum. And I acknowledge any younger self. Ribs. Whose worth was evaluated against that of others. Side of the body. At school. Wrist. At home. Other wrist. By peers. Tapping all over the head. I am so sorry. Inside of the eyebrows. That you got the message. Outside of the eyes. That just being you wasn't enough. Under the eyes. That to get approval. Under and above the lips. You had to be better than. Under the collarbone, or at least as good as. Middle of the sternum. Stand out, but not too much. Ribs, and only in the right ways. Side of the body, that there is a right way. Wrist, I'm so sorry. Other wrist, and I'm so proud of you. All over the head for doing whatever you needed to at the time. Inside of the eyebrows. And it's possible we can let go of those strategies. Outside of the eyes of good, bad, right, wrong. Under the eyes, comparing. Under and above the lips, trying to be better than. Feeling less than. Middle of the sternum. It's possible none of that serves us anymore. Ribs. High tightness in the body. Side of the body. Thanks for trying to hold everything in. Wrist, shouldering the expectations. Trying so hard. Other wrist. I'm grateful for all your efforts. And it's possible it's safe to let go a little bit. Head, hi mind. Thanks for working so hard. Inside of the eyebrows to manage. Outside of the eyes, control. under the eyes, stay on top of things, under and above the lips. Thank you so much. Under the collarbone, middle of the sternum. You have gotten us so far. Ribs, and will continue to. Side of the body, and it's possible we don't have to constantly be scanning for danger. Head. Inside of the eyebrows. It's possible it's safe to trust. Outside of the eyes, it's possible we have access to inner knowing. Under the collarbone. It's possible we're guided. Under and above the lips, breathe. It's possible we can shift from always looking for what's wrong under the collarbone to tracking all the things that are going well. Middle of the sternum, especially those we might take for granted. Breathe. Ribs. I am grateful for. Side of the body. And here, name what you're grateful for. Wrist, especially if there's something that you've been complaining about in your head or out loud that feels like it's not right. And that might be the truth, but there might also be things about that situation that are okay, that are enough. So you can maybe name that. Or if that's too hard, just name anything you're grateful for that pops into your head. Other wrist. I am grateful for. Breathe. All over the head. It's possible I have everything I need. Inside of the eyebrows. It's possible I'm enough. Outside of the eyes. Under the eyes. It's possible I'm inherently worthy. Under and above the lips, and everything else is a bonus. Good. Breathe. And stop tapping for a moment. Maybe closing your eyes. And just imagining for a moment that you're stepping into a version of yourself that's already living from that place of abundance, of trusting themselves, the universe, that they are guided, trusting the flow, rather than flip-flopping between collapsing and trying to control everything they have that nice balance of co-piloting with the universe, however you want to conceive of that. Setting an intention, then letting go. Connected to their inner knowing. And if that's not accessible right now, that's okay. You can keep doing the tapping part until this feels more available. Otherwise, just feeling in every cell of your body what this feels like to be merged with this version of you. Noticing what the quality is, how you're living your life, how you're feeling from this place of enough, of trust, of interconnectedness. And then dropping this feeling into your crown, letting it permeate all the neural pathways that were conditioned towards scarcity, hypervigilance, not enough, feeling that spread through your body. Resetting your nervous system, so this is your default state. Spreading into every cell, tissue, nerve, lymph, every muscle and bone. Bring this feeling into your heart, filling all 4 chambers of your heart with this feeling, letting it radiate back out, filling your energy field with this feeling of abundance. And when you're ready, slowly opening your eyes, tapping all over your body. Beautiful. As always, thank you for being on this journey with me. It's a privilege to be your virtual 24/7 available healer. If you like this, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, like the video. And if you want to know more about working one-on-one, all the information is in the link below. I do a lot of work with clients to help them shift out of scarcity and into that limitless possibility of trusting, of co-piloting. Thank you so much.